Welcome to the most low budget channel on YouTube, and today we are featuring the Spin Clean Record Washer Mark II that I got on their official website. I think it was $74.99, and I also got a carbon fiber record anti-static brush, which is right here. That was $14.99, but apparently this is the brush you want. Conductive contact brush, anti-static record brush. So this will help remove the dust and the static electricity that creates crackle on the record when it's playing. And this is a wet system. I had watched a video about people using Dawn dish soap and just rinsing records off in the sink. And I did that for a couple of cheap records that I gotten recently. But I just felt like it was too abrasive. So I picked this up with some of my Biden bucks money. And it comes with everything you need to clean your records at home. If I get it out of the box here, we're doing this together, folks. Comes with your owner's manual, the actual record cleaning system, which is basically a trough that you put water in the special solution in, some special drying rags, which basically feel like muslin or gauze, 2 of those, and then it's got the brushes that the record runs between, like that, and the rubber rollers that the record glides upon. And I believe it has regular 33s, 16 and 45 and 78 size. So you got your 16 size, your 33 and a third size, your 78s, or would that be 45s? Maybe the 78s and the 33s are similar in size. And you got your special record cleaning Spin Clean washer fluid made in Pennsylvania. Keep away from children. It does not tell you what's in it. It says that this teeny little bottle will help you clean 50 records. So this is the system. We're gonna get it all set up in the next segment here and clean a record that is dirty and I knew had problems that I got at the thrift store, and see if it really has any better sound quality. We're not gonna do a before of the sound quality, just take my word for it on how it sounded and looked. And we're gonna cut now to me getting it ready to wash. Side note, I just read the instructions, and the sizes that it will clean are 33s, 78s, and 45s. That's 10, 12-inch, and 7-inch record. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have the 4-ounce bottle of record cleaning fluid, and it says to put 3 capfuls over the top of the brushes, and they recommend using distilled water to fill up inside of there, but they said you can use tap water if you don't have any distilled water, and I do not have any distilled water. So I am just going to use the tap water, which where we're on well water. I think as long as you dry it very well, it probably is fine. And I have a record that I got at a record shop in like 2011 or 2012 in Old Town, Sacramento. One of my personal favorites, Tammy Wynette's Stand By Your Man. And it is an early pressing on the Epic label. You could tell it's an early Epic pressing because of it has the yellow label versus the orange label. And it is filthy, and it always played with a lot of distortion. So first we're gonna take our anti-static brush and just kind of dust some of the dust off. And once it's dusted, then we'll put it in the record cleaner. And I can see it's got a lot of fingerprints on there, and it does look very dusty. And this brush actually looks way better than the old RCA brush that I have. That just kind of smears the dirt around. I can tell that this is actually kind of pressing the dust out of the record. So once you put it in there, it says it encapsulates the dirt and forces it to the bottom of the basin, preventing it from redepositing on the record. The bright yellow color of the Spin Clean record washer allows you to easily see the dirt collecting at the bottom, so you know that you're done cleaning. Each time you prepare the unit for cleaning, the bath will clean 20 to 50 records, but the records may vary depending on how dirty they are. It says insert your record into the Spin Clean record washer and rotate it clockwise 3 times and counterclockwise 3 times. Then carefully remove the record from the record bath and dry it with the supplied drying towels. And then once it's dried, it's ready to play. Okay, so we're going to put the record in there. Oh, I see what I did wrong. Okay, so three times clockwise. That's 1. This is number 2. And I like this method because of washing them in the sink. It was really hard to not get the paper label that's pressed into both sides wet. This gets it up above the rinsing liquid. So that is 3. Now we're going to do it back the other way. This just... the brushes are very tight on the record itself. The water is not really that dirty, but this record was definitely dirty and it definitely played with a lot of distortion. Carefully remove and wipe the record with the drying towel in a clockwise circular motion, it says. Okay, so that is enough. So then this is the towels that it came with. And I am being lazy, and it says you should pre-wash the drying towels, but I am not doing that. I'm just using them as they came. The only reason they said that is they said it will be more fluffy. And unfortunately, because of copyright, I can't play the record and have the viewer watch it because otherwise it's going to flag my video. So you're just going to have to take my word for it after the fact. Oh, there is a lot of scratches on this record. Dang it. Well, that might be one of the reasons there's a lot of pops and crackles. I was just hoping it was dirt. But now that it's been washed, it's definitely much more noticeable. That is not water, cat. Do not drink that. Oh, good. You know what? It has a lid, so the cat can't get into it. I like that. So we're going to go sample the record now on the Hi-Fi. I have the Technics SA220 receiver and Technics SL220 base model Hi-Fi that I got at a thrift shop in like 2010 for 35 bucks for this and like 12 bucks for that. I have spent over 300 in the past 10 or 11 years getting this thing completely refurbished because it did have some mechanical electronic woes, and that's been since service. And my grandmother made this felt acrylic dust jacket, the felt cover for the acrylic lid there. I got my cueing arm up. Quiet, Murray, we're making a video here. There you go. Here's a little free tip for those of you who collect records and have kids. Do not ever leave your record on the platter after it's done playing. because you will ruin a very good copy of David Bowie's Ziggy Stardust. Pretty much ruined now. I only paid 10 bucks for it about 15 years ago, but it's an 1970s pressing, and it was really clean, and now it's basically unplayable unless you want to hear a big tick through every single song on the A side. Those two engravings right there from the diamond tip needle, and just think of how much wear my needles got. But that's my tip of the day. If you value your record collection, don't leave it unattended. If you have kids, keep them in a place where they can't get to them, folks, unless you want stuff like this to happen. Okay, so overall, I could notice a difference on that Tammy Wynette record. It definitely didn't have less like a fuzzy sound when all that dirt was down into the grooves. I feel like even though it might kind of look glossy and clean, there is still a lot of particulate matter down inside the record groove that the wet system with the really tight brushes that kind of clamp onto the record will remove it. So for 74 bucks, I recommend it. It seems to have done the job. I did do that method where I rinsed it in the sink, and that just seemed more abrasive to me. So that's it. It's made in the USA. I'm sorry for how ghetto this video is. I'm just trying to throw together a quick video for those of you that I know personally that I had told about it. The brush was an extra $14.99. Oh my gosh, this is the worst edited video ever, but I don't really care because nobody follows my channel. So that's the brush. This is my cat, Murray, who doesn't really care that he's not supposed to be up on the table, but it is what it is. So until next time, folks, we'll see you then.